Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Master of Mayhem, Craig Charles.
Yes, folks, this is the big one. What it's all been leading up to. Robot Wars, the grand final. Since the Fifth Wars began, 96 robots have been smashed, bashed, dashed and trashed. And now, only the four most ferocious survive. Tonight, we will crown a British champion. Tonight, we will set the war zone on fire. So, are you ready for the ultimate fight? Are you ready to find a champion? Well, before we do, let's relive the road to Armageddon.
12 heats and 2 semi-finals ago, it all started with reigning champs Chaos 2 making light work of the Tartan Terror before flipping and tipping the Steel Avenger. The champs looked as awesome as ever, but during a titanic battle against Smithy, they both became immobilized.
Both robots obviously immobilized at the same time. The judges have instantly called for a rematch.
Back into the fray, it was Chaos's day. Bulldog Breed took a bite out of Juggernaut in our second heat. But the show belonged to Hypno-Disc, who bombed Atomic, sending it to total meltdown. Against the Heavy Water Boys, this was Heavy Metal Thunder. And then they sent the Bulldog to the doghouse. Heat 3 and Shredder wanted a piece of the mousetrap. It looked good. Should have looked where it was going. Newcomer S3 was the most impressive of all, though, taking the venom out of Stinger's tail. In Show 4, while Reactor upended Bot out of hell, and Gemini proved double trouble for Dougal, the Heat final saw Reactor up against number 7 seed Firestorm, and the fire put out the Reactor's core. The 5th heat, and Prize Fighter 2 broiled Thermidor. The Lobster couldn't claw its way out of that. Then the fighter went on to meet Wild Thing, and they looked king of the ring for a while. Jab and move, Wild Thing on the ropes, and then came the technical KO from the judges.
They've gone for Wild Thing. Bet you feel cheated.
Yeah. Halfway through the heat, Dominator 2 dominated. And Exterminator, exterminated, obliterated, Immortalis, no longer immortal. The newcomer Corkscrew, though, made it through to the heat final, losing out to the mighty Dominator. Dietor started a promising run in Heat 7, dispatching the Dome down the pit. Then they caused one of the biggest upsets in the history of Robot Wars by pitting 12th seed Tornado. But stalwart Spawn again ripped through their competition before poking one in the eye for Dietor in the Heat final. Nothing dotty about Spawn again, through to the series semi-finals. Wheelie Big Cheese was back in Heat 8. Wolverine knew all about it. Granny's Revenge went up in smoke and chased by Axor. Gran then went down the pit and nearly took the ref bot with her. Behemoth turned the lights out on the Supernova, sending it into a black hole. And who has a wheelie big flipper?
Did you see how high that robot flew?
Wheelie Big Cheese has the flipper. Crustacean had the victory against Behemoth before the Cheese had his potted crab. Bigger Brother returned to the war zone with a much improved flipper based on Chaos 2, and Tip Top were first to fall out of the arena. Splinter were next to go, and we were marvelling at the improvement in Bigger Brother. Out they went again. Little Joe and Ellie were enjoying this with Dad Ian, but they couldn't quite get a hat-trick with 3 stegs to heaven. So instead, failing to toss stegs out, they took out their frustration on shunt. Before finally sending 3 stegs down the pit of oblivion instead, with Sir Kill-A-Lot. In Heat 10, Cat 3 made light work of Welsh wonders Minnie Morg, and the kitty cats were dancing, as Matilda and Sir Kill-A-Lot taught Kryptonite a lesson. But it was the awesome driving skills of Kim Davis impressing us all. First knocking out Barbarous, and then instigating the fall of Tiberius the Emperor, before making sure Cat 3 had used up all its 9 lives. Next up, reigning world champions Razer met their partners on a feisty ultimatum.
If they beat us, no more washing up, no more hot dinners on the table, and I'm putting his bed in the shed.
Well, we're damned if we do and we're damned if we don't, aren't we?
So they threw caution to the wind and wreaked their revenge on the widows. Heat 12, Ming 3 falling foul of Terahertz, and they in turn met the mighty Fluffy. But the biggest surprise came when number 2 seeds Pussycat lost their blade. We thought it was all over for them, but sensationally Fluffy lost power, and the cat returned to fight in the semis. In the first of those, S3 were bumped, bruised, beaten up, and buried Big Brother style. Chaos 2, the champs had to hold on against the Wild Thing twice, nearly toppled. But they fought back strongly, and they won it on a judge's decision. Spawn again was no match for Razer. In the losers melee, Wild Thing was sliced by S3 as Spawn again went down. Chaos 2 surely to go through against Bigger Brother. No, they ran out of gas, couldn't self-right. Brother through to the grand final. The George Francis reign over. Then S3 cut apart by the Razer, and it was the world champions also through. In the second semi, Dominator 2 dug deep to find a way to beat Wheelie Big Cheese. The Flipper found it out, but the Cheese then conked out, and Dominator 2 survived even that. A shame to see such power wasted. Then, a shock. Second seeds Pussycat beaten by Firestorm. Even though Firestorm had previously lost to Hypno-Disc and had to fight its way through a loser's melee all the way to the grand final. For Hypno-Disc, a lot easier. Dominator by name, not by nature. The spin to win boys through to our 5th Wars grand final lineup. The 4 finalists then, Hypno-Disc and Bigger Brother. Firestorm, of course. And Razer. And here's how they line up for round 1. Hypno-Disc against Bigger Brother, and Razer, the world champions, take on patched up Firestorm 3.
So, it's come down to this. 4 robots lined up, ready to do one last battle. But for the big one, the final, the chance to be crowned Robot Wars 5th Wars Grand Champion.
May the worst robot win. Hey, let the wars begin.
From Middleton Cheney, Hypno-Disc.
The destructive spinning weapon is twice as powerful as before. 100 kilos in weight, but the wheels are vulnerable.
From Brighton, Bigger Brother.
They call it a nightmare in metal, the 24-volt driven machine in its third wars with a CO2-powered gas ram spike flipper. But what happens if the CO2 runs out?
Roboteers, stand by.
The Hypno-Disc spin to win Rose family. And the bigger brother crew, Ian Watts, son Joe and daughter Ellie. The house robots, Matilda with the tusks and the flywheel to churn. And Shunt with the diamond-edged axe, the scoop to twist and turn opponents.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
The first battle of the 5th Robot Wars Grand Final gets underway. Hypno-Disc gains momentum. I'll tell you what, bigger brother withstood that attack very nicely, thank you. And very nearly got in underneath Hypno-Disc. Hypno-Disc with a 20mm ground clearance that could be vulnerable to that lifting device that gives bigger brother so much more potency in this series. Will the gas last out, and how much damage can they take from Hypno-Disc? I think there's a gash in the side of bigger brother. There it is, on the left-hand side. We just got a glimpse of it. And the Rose family and Hypno-Disc immediately on top then. And they come in with another onslaught. You have to be so strong to withstand this spinning devilish Hypno-Disc weapon, and I don't think bigger brother are, and something flew off there. It's crumpled, it's ruffled bigger brother. And Ian Watts and little Joe 8.5 and little Ellie who's 6 have done brilliantly to get this far. They've enjoyed it, and we've enjoyed having them in the Robot Wars series once again. Oh, bigger brother, oh, tattered and torn, I don't like to watch. And crumpled and well-worn by now. And Hypno-Disc relentless in its pursuit of its quarry. And I'm afraid that bigger brother flipper is not going to work here, because Dave Rose is too quick. Oh, even little Ellie can't watch. Can we? Do we want to see more damage inflicted to bigger brother? Yes, we do. Hypno-Disc with the blade spinning away. Looks like here, battling its way through in worthy style. Bigger brother, was it dragged, was it pushing? Through tip-top out, through splinter out, didn't quite throw 3 stegs out. Beat S3, beat Chaos 2, and the run ends here. Or does it, Ellie? Come on, watch again, because Hypno-Disc is in the corner, in the CPZ. And we'll need to get out, and something flew out of bigger brother there, some sort of mesh I think it was. Will Ellie be looking now? Hypno-Disc seems to be a bit more wary, and I'll tell you what, despite all the damage, bigger brother are still fighting on. I wouldn't have minded a bigger brother like this, and they've got enough confidence to go for the pit release button, have they? Are they going to nudge Hypno-Disc onto the pit release? What a fight back! Oh, Hypno-Disc is on the verge of going down. What an upset! Bigger brother have beaten Hypno-Disc. Ellie, look again. Hypno-Disc are out. You've done it. You've won it. What a stunner!
It doesn't get more sensational than that! Hypno-Disc consigned to the pit of oblivion. Bigger brother going through to the grand final! Guys,
That was great. We don't mind doing that right now.
I am completely speechless. You wrecked his robot. You took his flipper off, you went through the casing, there was bits of it flying everywhere. But his internal organs were all functioning perfectly.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he pushed you into the pit, which, I might add, you opened.
Well, that's the way it goes sometimes. I think he was going to open it, and I was trying to get in the way so he couldn't actually trigger the pit.
Yeah.
But I think we hit it, yeah, so...
Your
No.
disc was spinning perfectly, but towards the end it looked like there was an internal problem there.
Well, we were getting tired. We kept pummeling him in and kept knocking bits off him, but he kept going, and he deserved to win.
His internal functions are pretty well protected, aren't they?
I'm not too sure how good he is at the moment, so we'll give him a help. We'll give him a hand to put it together if he needs it.
Oh, I tell you, what a sensational battle. What gallant losers. What a team. Let's hear it. Hypno-Disc! Hey! Ellie, you did it.
I know.
Have you seen the state of your robot, though?
Yeah, it's terrible.
You took a right battering, didn't you?
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, where were you and all that? What were you trying to do? Because it didn't look like he was getting flipped at all. You kept missing him with the flipper.
Yeah, he was very fast.
He was, and then he just kept coming at you, and bits of you were flying off, and I thought, oh, it's all going to end in tears for you two. But it didn't, did it?
No.
You're in the grand final of Robot Wars. How'd you feel?
All right.
You feel
Brilliant!
Let's hear it for Bigger Brother!
Bigger Brother through. Hypno-Disc will have a chance to fight for third or fourth against the loser of our next battle, Razer and Firestorm 3.
From Bournemouth, Razer.
This series, they have a larger front scoop to complement the 3-ton crushability beat ram powered by a 5-piston radial hydraulic pump, twice world champions.
From Durham, Firestorm 3.
Has experience of 3 previous wars and that pneumatic flipping arm. I wonder how much damage has been sustained and is the transmitter reliable?
Roboteers, stand by.
Razer facing Firestorm. The Razer boys Simon, Ian and Vinny. And the Firestorm team Graham Bone, Alex Mordew, Hazel Heslop. Sergeant Bash is in the arena with the flamethrower and the pincers. Also fighting for the house robots alongside our Sarge is our Matilda as well. Gruesome, ghastly, the tusks, the flywheel.
3, 2, 1.
Razer with the huge crushability factor and immediately grappling with Firestorm. And Firestorm's Graham Bone came head-to-head with Razer, and I wonder if that was wise. But I wonder if he thought we have to get at them quickly because we won't last. And look at the crumpling power of Razer's beak. They say it's part bird, part reptile, the coolest looking robot on Earth. It is a deadly machine. And the Firestorm team know they have a battle to survive. Survive they do, and turn away. But look at the front flipper. Is that not wedged open, or do my eyes deceive me? Which means the very innards of Firestorm are now open for any Razer attack. Razer slams onto the front flipper and ironically crumples it back into place. And there goes the pit release. Now Razer has Firestorm in its grip. Letting it get away. Firestorm across the arena floor. What next? Back into Razer, slamming it against the arena side wall. We've already had one major surprise. Will the Razer boys have another against them? Ian Lewis, the driver. The weapons operator, Simon Scott. There had Firestorm by their grips. They've let it go again. And Simon looks worried. And the ref bot looks concerned too. And Razer here. Oh, I thought they were immobilised. They've come back onto the attack to take on Firestorm once more. Oh, across the pit! How do they survive that? I've heard of walking on water, but walking across the pit of oblivion, never before have we seen that. Firestorm away into the safety of the central arena area. Razer out again, head to head. Beak to flipper, metal to metal. Dancing so near that pit once again into the CPZ, almost an action replay. Against the tyre, Firestorm pushes, Razer retreats. They are skirting with oblivion, literally. Sergeant Bash, a crash, and Firestorm is pinned into the CPZ. And away, what action we've seen here in this battle. Once more they crumple. I'm not too sure whether the Razer beak is working fully. Down it comes once again. But it seems to lack that penetrating power we've seen in the past. Firestorm is in its grip. What will happen? It looks as if we're going to go to the judge. judges, this was an unbelievable contest. What a battle, one of the closest I've seen. Nip and tuck, no quarter arse nor given. And I don't think we've seen its like before.
Well, what an amazing fight! Both robots still mobile. A right ding-dong of a battle. I wouldn't want to be a judge, not right now. While they're making up their mind, let's review some red-hot robo action.
Well, Razer got straight at Firestorm there. The Firestorm flipper opened and seemed for a while to be wedged open. They had the bravery to attack Razer, almost into the pit. Who was winning at this stage? Impossible to tell. Oh, but I've heard while we were watching that the three judges, Martin Smith, Dr. Mara Wilson and Professor Noel Sharkey, were examining the robots for damage. Craig, what did they find?
First of all, I want to ask the audience who they think won the fight. If you think Firestorm won that battle, make some noise! If you think Razer won that battle, make some noise! Well, surprisingly, from the audience's point of view, the judges have got it right. They've gone for Razer! Guys, they want everybody to know that it is the closest fight they've ever marked on Robot Wars. It's the hardest decision they've ever had to make on Robot Wars. But look at it, style, control, damage and aggression. See, I think you won aggression. Yeah. You pushed them around, you nearly got them in pits twice. Razer's always going to win on style. Yeah. Always going to win on style. It came down to damage. Yeah. And they inflicted a little bit more damage than you did. A lot more. They got a lot more damage than you did. They got into your internal organs. One of your cylinders went. Yeah. How'd you feel?
Not too bad, really.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I feel gutted for you.
Well, a little bit disappointed.
Are you surprised by the decision?
Not really, no.
You have had one fantastic journey.
Yep.
You came through the loser's melee, then you took on the robot that's ranked second in the UK, and you battered him, and you almost beat the world champion.
Yeah.
You've had a good Robot Wars, haven't you?
Very good Robot Wars, yeah.
I know you're disappointed, but that's what the judges have decided.
Yeah, fair enough.
Take a bow to the audience. I think they love you. Ladies and gentlemen, Firestorm! What was that?
We've never had one like that, have we?
You've never had one like that. You know, you couldn't get through them. I mean, you penetrated them a couple of times, but they're a lot harder than they look, aren't they?
Yeah, they're brilliant, tough little robot, and they're great competitors as well.
And strong.
Very strong, yeah. We couldn't do anything, even though we'd taken the weapon out, the lifter.
Yeah.
The drives and everything like that just kept on going, and we were having a job to hold back from them.
Enough of the past. What about the future? Ooh. You're in the grand final.
Yes.
The first time ever in UK Robot Wars.
This is it.
What do you feel? Do you think now? You think if that is your look holding up now, you think you'll go all the way?
Well, we'll push it to the limit. I mean, if we bust the machine trying, that's good. I mean, we've got an excellent competitor, Bigger Brother. I mean, the beating he took from Hypno-Disc to even get this far, it's incredible.
Okay, guys. Anyway, good luck in the grand final. Let's raise the roof for Razer!
So, Razer go through to the ultimate final to face Bigger Brother. But first, a playoff for third and fourth, Hypno-Disc against Firestorm 3, and Philippa's in the pits.
Just between you and me, if you like carnage, I think this is going to be the battle for you. The playoff between third and fourth place, Firestorm, Hypno-Disc, Firestorm without a weapon. Oh dear, what happened?
Yes, well, that's the damage that Razer did in the last fight. They used to be straight, which obviously powered the arm up and down. We haven't got any spares, so we've gone for some armour.
You've gone for maximum armour plating. And let's face it, you're going to need it. You've got nothing to lose this time. We don't want any gentlemanly behaviour this time at all from Hypno-Disc. How's it going to perform?
Well, last time we went very gentle on them, so we need to do the opposite thing this time and really give them a good hammering.
But what about that armour?
Well, the armour's at the front. We just go around the side and the back. Simple as that.
There's nothing to lose and everything to play for, and Hypno-Disc is involved. What more could you ask?
Roboteers, stand by.
Hypno-Disc, whose championship hopes ended in the pit. The Rose family, Dave and Derek and Ken. And Firestorm, bashed up and bruised, Graham and Alex and Hazel. Thumbs up says we're ready for Sir Killalot to enter the arena with the claws and the lance. And Matilda as well, tusks and the flywheel.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Hey, and I'll tell you what, third place in Robot Wars, that's not bad, and they want this. Firestorm on the Hypno-Disc, Hypno-Disc backing away. No conservative approach here from Hypno-Disc. They're going to go gung-ho for it, retreating to draw Firestorm on. Is the Firestorm flipper working? Can they get underneath Hypno-Disc's 20mm ground clearance? They're driving, aren't they? They're pursuing straight into Sir Killalot's belly. Sir Killalot looks stunned. No one has ever attacked him like that before. Firestorm presses the pit release. Down it goes. This is fast and frantic and frenetic, isn't it? Firestorm onto the side of Hypno-Disc again. Across the arena up to 12 miles an hour. They've both gone down. Work that one out.
Come on, guys. The judges have said they want a rematch. Now, is that OK with you?
It's fine, yeah.
OK. The judges said they want a rematch. Is that OK with you?
We would like to do it, but unfortunately we're actually immobile. We've lost some electronics somewhere, so we can't continue. I'm
So
afraid.
you can't continue.
The weapon's working, the self-righter's working, but we just
the
can't
robot
move.
is
Yeah.
immobilised.
I think it must have been something's come loose when we hit the pit.
Well, unfortunately then, if you're immobilised, you know the rules.
Yeah.
The decision has gone to Firestorm! What went wrong? What a fight! I mean, you inflicted again so much damage on them. You took off their wheel guards, you know, but it's all sort of cosmetic damage. They're still running.
Yep.
You guys aren't.
Yeah, they had a lot of armour. Their flipper was damaged in their previous battle, and they put a lot of armour on top, so we just couldn't really get through it.
Yeah.
And their manoeuvrability was superior to ours, and they got us in the pit.
All the way through this competition, you've done so well. You've done so well, and then just at the end, you crashed and burned.
Yeah, we'll have to come back again and have another go, won't we?
Oh, we certainly hope so. We certainly hope so. Hypno-Disc! You get third place?
We do, yeah.
You happy with that?
Very happy, yeah.
I mean, it's been one tremendous journey. You have had more fights in this competition than any other robot.
That's right, yeah.
Because you came to the losers melee as well.
Yeah, we got knocked out by Hypno-Disc.
Yeah.
So we'll come back for a bit of revenge.
And you come back and you got your revenge. I tell you what, if you look at your robot, it doesn't half look like it's been an award, isn't it?
That's what it's meant to look like, doesn't it?
When it arrived at the beginning, all those weeks ago, it was just like kind of gleaming. And now look at it.
Looks a bit sad, doesn't it?
Hey, but it's well worth it, third place.
Definitely, yeah.
I tell you what, the fifth war has done wonders for your ranking as well, hasn't it?
It definitely has, yeah.
It's going to have to go up now. Ladies and gentlemen, please, what a robot. What roboteers. Let's hear it. Firestorm!
Firestorm, once a gleaming dream machine, now battle-scarred and war-weary, but third in Robot Wars. Confirmation that Hypno-Disc finish a brave and battling fourth. And next up, the grand final, Razer and Bigger Brother. But just before we juice up the finalists' batteries, a salute to all our heroes of the Fifth Wars. It's our Robots Roll of Honour. First up, the Best Design Award. The nominations: Thermidor 2, Terahertz, Razer, Bigger Brother and Wowot. Let's look at them. Thermidor 2 has that very powerful flipper this time around. Terahertz, rebuilt from the old Kilohertz, has an axe only matched in power by Dominator 2. Razer as ever nominated for beauty and power. bigger brother with the greatly improved flipper, perhaps inspired by Chaos too. And finally, well, what didn't last long, we like what we saw, a striking design. And the winner is Razer. Congratulations to them. The next award, the Best Engineered Machine. Dominator 2, Spawn Again, Derek, Firestorm 3 and Razer, the nominations. Dominator 2 has the axe and the bi-wedge design. 24-volt motors hidden within. Spawn Again had the lightweight box section, but a very powerful CO2 flipper at 750 PSI. Derek didn't fare well in competition, but our judges said it was beautifully constructed. Firestorm's engineering includes a 36-volt primary engine and a 24-volt secondary engine. Razer's engineering includes 2 trolley shot caddy motors. So impressive. And the winner is Derek. A surprise for many, perhaps. The next category, the Best Original Entry. The nominations: S3, 13 black and 11. S3 looked like a hammerhead shark and had the bite to match. 13, a double roulette wheel. Spun its way to destruction, unfortunately. And Legs 11 looked magnificent. What a feat of engineering. Didn't last long. The winner, S3. Well done. The next category, the Best Sportsmanship Award. 2 nominations, Pussycat and 13 Black. In an award really given for work helping out others in the pits, Alan Gribble, David Gribble and Robert Bettington have always been at the fore. And also good sports in the pits this year, the 13 Black boys, John Denny, Richard Morris and Ken Wilson. The winners are Pussycat and the Gribble boys and Robert Bettington. The most promising newcomer nominations are Fluffy, Crustacean and S3 again. Fluffy had an absolutely destructive blade in its first appearance in Robot Wars. I thought it would go further. Look at the damage caused to Pussycat. Crustacean looked mean, a lean machine, and Behemoth felt the full force of these newcomers. And S3 with that vertically mounted blade was so awesome, and good fun too. And the award goes to Fluffy. Congratulations to all our winners. Next, it's the grand final, and Philippa's in the pits. They're ready.
Are you ready for the fight of the century? Because the mangled piece of metal on the arena floor that was Bigger Brother has now been rebuilt and is a robot looking ready to fight. Everyone here, except one team, has helped you out. What do you want to say to them?
You know who you are. There's just so many of you, I can't list you all. You know who you are. Thank you so much. We wouldn't be here otherwise.
It really has been fantastic in here. Ellie, what did you want to do to all those people that have helped? And Joe, what do you want to say?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bigger Brother is ready. Is Razer?
Very much so. Yeah, we've been going pretty good actually.
And I know you three do suffer with your nerves. There is a human side to you. I know there is.
Always getting nervous.
How are you feeling?
It's good to have a bit of that. It's a funny sort of feeling, floating along on the wave.
Can you beat them?
Yep.
Yeah. They're very confident, but they're very good. Who will win? I don't know. I'm very excited. Enjoy it. That's the most important thing. It's the grand final. You made it this far. Good luck to both teams.
Thank you.
Especially you guys.
So this is it. This is what it was all about. After all the devastation, just 2 robotic gods remained. One will be crowned Robot Wars, the British champion. The other, let's not even think about it. So, are we ready for carnage? Hey, let the grand final begin!
So, Razer, twice world champions, never UK domestic title holders. Against the vastly improved bigger brother. They've never been this far before, but the crowd loves an underdog.
Roboteers, stand by.
The Razer team, Simon Scott, Ian Lewis, Vinnie Blood on the left. And there's Ian Watts with little Joe and Ellie, ducking down. She daren't look at Sir Killalot with the claws and lance. I don't blame you. I don't like looking at Sergeant Bash much, to be honest, with the flamethrower and the pincers either.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
The 5th Robot Wars Grand Final for the UK Championship. They turn, they look, they feel each other out. And Razer's feel has the touch of cold steel, slicing into bigger brother. A slice is nice. Twice. And bigger brother is already under the cosh. And he knows it. Ian Watts, a broadcast engineer by trade. He loves his roboteering. He loves his diving. And he's going to have to dive deep into his memory banks now to come up with a tactic to beat Razer. Ponderously awaiting its moment to come in with a crumpling effect. 3 tons of crushability factor on Robot Wars. Bigger brother was bumped and bashed and spinning. Wedged onto a wheel there, I think. They're locked together, are they? Well, they're spinning and eventually uncoupled. Bigger brother away. They need to get that front flipper in. Hey, we thought they weren't going to beat Hypno-Disc. They were trashed by Hypno-Disc and Hypno-Disc went down. Anything could yet happen, but Razer has them now firmly in its jaw. The part reptilian beast, part bird of Ian Lewis and Simon Scott and Vinnie Blood. Razer pulls away. At charity events, Vinnie Blood likes to bend Razer's arm. Is he mad? Would you go out there and take Razer on? Bigger brother are doing just that. They press the release button. Are they going to drive Razer the way of Hypno-Disc? Hold him, says Vincent Blood. Oh, Ellie, what's happening out there? She's trying to peer and see. And bigger brother, driven on by Dad Ian, is forced ever backwards in the grand final. Are they seconds away from defeat? Do not count bigger brother out just yet. We've seen so many twists and turns in this series. The sergeant comes out, has a look, bigger brother away. A lick of flame for the sergeant on the back of Razer. Razer. Oh, doesn't that look ominous? The judges are going to have to decide. What a brilliant feat by bigger brother to hold on. Razer has not finished them off. Not yet. And it won't do so. What a final it was. They think they've won it. They think they're champs at last. Do we have yet another surprise in the tale? Razer creating havoc early on. Damage sustained by bigger brother again and again and again. But for heart and courage and determination, you have to admire bigger brother for the staying power. But a Razer for the first time, UK champs?
Well, the judges have made their decision. You know the criteria: style, control, damage, and aggression. And Ellie and Joe, I'm sorry, but they've given it to the new UK champions, Razer! Disappointed?
Yeah, very disappointed. Chickens!
Come here, Joe. Why are you calling them chickens?
Weren't coming to attack us.
They weren't coming to attack you.
No one.
You were trying to get them into the pit, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. But look at all the fun you've had before. I mean, you beat the reigning champion. Well, it's the ex-champion now. You beat Chaos too. Then you had one of the best fights in Robot Wars history against Hypno-Disc, didn't you?
Yeah.
But when it got to the final, you just couldn't pull it out of the bag. You didn't get to use your flipper very much. Why? Pardon?
We didn't get under him.
You didn't get under him. Let me talk to you, Dad. Disappointed?
Yeah, of course, but he's a squirrely, Isn't he?
You were trying to entice him close to the pit, weren't you?
We were shouting.
But look at it from Razer.
Of course.
But look at it from their point of view. They'd put a good few holes in you. They'd inflicted some damage. Really good tactics on their part is not to go anywhere near you.
Fully running.
You know. But come on, the Hypno-Disc fight.
Oh, it's major.
We'll go down in the annals of history. I mean, the damage that was inflicted on you was so severe.
But not inside, surprisingly. Once we took those covers off, there's almost no damage inside. Everything was still working.
You had an awful lot of help fixing that robot up for the final, didn't you?
Everybody helped, apart from one team. But they were busy in their semi-final, so yeah, they were busy elsewhere. But you know who you are. Thanks so much. Those guys were brilliant.
They were good, and so were you. We've enjoyed having you, and Ellie and Joe. You've been a fantastic team, and hey, a fantastic robot.
Thank you.
Gallant losers. Ladies and gentlemen, please go ballistic for Bigger Brother! Well done, guys. Yes! Can you believe it?
No, not really. That hasn't really sunk in yet.
Well, you're the world champions. You've always been pants in this competition.
Yeah, totally.
You haven't even made the semi-finals in this competition.
No, it's a bit ridiculous, isn't it?
And now you're the UK champions. Yeah. And, whoa, I tell you what, it was a close fight with Firestorm.
Yeah. I mean, it's been great. I mean, our whole history, we dedicate this win to our fans who stuck by us on the internet, in the crowds. I mean, the crowds have been fantastic, and they're real, true Razer fans have stuck by us long and hard.
Certainly are. You're becoming superstars. You're becoming superstars. You've done it. Do you want to see that trophy? The trophy that you've been dreaming about for 4 years.
Get our hands
well, here is the beautiful Philippa Forrester to present it. Philippa!
I have to say, these two, this family are amazing. And these two are heroes, and I know the Razer team agree with me.
Yeah.
You're brilliant, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. And next time, who's going to win?
Us!
Yay! Next time you can do it. Because the Razer team, it's taken them a long time to get this far, and finally it's their turn to win, yeah? So we're proud to present them with the trophy at last.
There you go, guys.
Well done.
Show it to the audience. Well done. Well done. Let's hear it for Razer, the new UK champions. Well, they've got the trophy.
Cue the applause.
We've got a brand new champion on Robot Wars. Bye-bye.